Hello, my dear students. Today we will study about the development of archegonium. And before going in this topic, I want to tell you one thing that we have studied about the development of female gametophyte in our previous video. Now we will see about the development of archegonium. The archegonium and archegonium initial archegonium develops from a single superficial cell, that is archegonial initial, and it develops near the micropylar end, and this is endosperm, and endosperm is haploid in gymnosperms, and this archegonial initial will divide into two. One is primary neck cell and the other one is central cell. This primary neck cell will again divide into two and form neck cell, and this central cell will divide into two. The nucleus of this central cell divides: ventral canal nucleus and egg nucleus. The ventral canal nucleus in further stages disorganized, and only egg nucleus remains in the cell, and this is the archegonium of the cycas, and these are two archegonium you can see, and also in Cycas revoluta 2 to 8 archegonium are found in the Cycas revoluta. Now these are some points on archegonium development. Here now let us see development of male gametophyte. In our previous video we have studied about how the pollen grains form inside the microsporangium. These are haploid in nature and these are also known as microspores. Microspore is the first cell of the male gametophyte. The germination of microspore takes place in C2, that is while still these are inside the microsporangium. The microspore nucleus divides into two, resulting into the formation of two unequal cells. One is enthedial cell and the other one is prothelial cell. This prothelial cell doesn't divide further and it remains as prothelial cell, but enthedial cell divides into two. One is tube cell and the other one is generative cell. This three-celled stage is very important because the shedding of the microspore or pollen grain takes place at this three-celled stage. Now you will see here that before shedding of the microspores, the development of this pollination drop takes place. Some cell of this nucellar beak dissolves and forms pollination drop, and this pollination drop consists of mucilaginous substance. This pollination drop consists of mucilaginous substance. It means it is mucilaginous in nature. When the pollen grains descends after and reaches to this ovule, they entangled in this drop and withdrawn into the micropylar chamber through the micropylar canal. The micropylar chamber at the top of a nucellar beak gets sealed up due to the drying of the mucilage. This thus completes the process of pollination here, and the pollination in gymnosperms takes place by wind, that is anemophilous type of pollination can be seen in the gymnosperms. And now the development of male gametophyte takes place in this pollen chamber. Now you can understand from this diagram that when this pollen goes into the pollen chamber, the two cell structure you can see, there is there is double vault, and one is exine and the other one is intine. Exine breaks, and from intine the pollen tube germinates, and the pollen tube is formed from the tube cell. From the tube cell and the generative cell forms two cells. One is body cell and another one is a stalk cell. The body cell will further divide and forms two sperms in it. Body cell forming two sperms, and these sperms consist of, you can see here, cilia on it. The sperms are very large in size and they can be seen by naked eye. So this is the whole development of male gametophyte. After this, we will see the fertilization process in our further video. Thank you very much, students.